As you listen to this video, have you ever stopped and seriously thought about your death? I mean, really stopped and took time away from your busy life to consider what will happen to you upon your death? I truly wish I could sit down with you and talk about the life that is waiting for me and you, the life after we are dead. Every one of us in our life has taken a trip, and most times we plan out that trip. The time that we're going to depart, the time that we expect to arrive, the amount of miles we will travel, the cost of the trip. We may even put new tires on our vehicle, or either check the tire pressure, change the oil, check the fluids in our vehicle. We may go as far as packing a lunch, pack our suitcases, and the night before we make sure we go to bed early so we can get a good night's rest. We set our alarm clocks so that we will be ready to leave first thing in the morning. We take the time away from our busy schedules to make these preparations for our journey. So my question, why don't we take our death as at least equally as serious as taking a trip here on earth? Why? Is it because we can't really control where we're going? Is it because we really don't care where we go upon our death? Could it be that we think that we're just like a beast, an animal, which has no afterlife? Possibly, we really don't believe that there's a heaven, and we don't believe that there's a hell. Listen, I want you to consider these truths which we find here on this earth. We all know this. There is light and there is darkness. There is good and there is bad. There is love and there is hate. There is life and there is death. There is joy and there is depression. There's happiness and there's sadness. There is peace and there's strife. There's words which bless us and words which curse us. There is freedom and there is bondage. There is victory and there is defeat. You see, whether we choose to believe that there is a God or to believe that there's a devil, it doesn't matter. Whether we believe that there's a heaven or believe that there's a hell. The fact is this: the attributes of God and the attributes of Satan are clearly experienced every day here upon this earth. And we take that for granted, like it's normal. We all experience these attributes. God is the giver of life. Satan is the one who takes life. You know, what amazes me is this: we get so mad at God when He doesn't stop bad things from happening upon this earth. You see, we'll get mad at God when innocent children are killed, or bad things happen to good people, it's like we say, God, why didn't you stop this? But the people that get mad at God are the same ones that will say they don't believe that there's a God. But here's what we must understand, and it is this. Satan is the God of this earth. Satan is the God of this world. And we just so much want God to stop Satan's attack upon humanity. But many times we fail to realize that Satan's time is not up yet. And until Satan's time is complete, Satan will continue to deceive the minds of his people, to those who belong to him, to commit murder, to spew out hatred, to bring depression, to bring strife and anger and bondage and bitterness, to bring cursings and darkness and deception upon humanity. We, as human beings, are born into his darkness, and we are his prisoners until we begin to see light. Once we begin to see light, we then choose to either seek after more light or to remain in Satan's darkness. Now let's get back to our death. Death, whether we like it or not, is in our future. I will die and you will die. That is a truth that we cannot escape. Now, let's talk about our little journey, our trip. Except this ain't going to be a vacation. Where are we going to go at our death? Are you a child of light? Or are you a child of darkness? You and I were born into darkness. We are by nature children of darkness. And unless we come to the light and accept the light, we will die in darkness, and we will open our spiritual eyes in eternal darkness, never able to escape. Do not remain in darkness, being deceived that there is no God, that there is no heaven, that there is no salvation. Because let me tell you something. There is one God, and there is an eternal home of light, where love, joy, righteousness, peace, freedom, victory, and the holy God of creation lives. We have come to the end. Before you die, you must choose. Did you hear this? You must choose, or the choice will be made for you. You must choose whether you want to remain in darkness or whether you want to come to the light and become born again by the light of God. When this video ends, you still are either a child of darkness or a child of the light. And here's the question you and I must answer to ourselves truthfully. Where do you want to take your eternal journey to? Do you want to travel to eternal darkness, where hate, anger, bitterness, depression, pain, and bondage dwells? Or do you want to travel to eternal light, where joy, love, peace, freedom, happiness, and eternal victory dwells? The choice is yours. And guess what? it always has been your choice. I am not trying to persuade you to come to the light. I can't do that. I've tried, trust me. I can't do that. I'm not powerful enough to persuade people to come to the light like I have. I wish I could, because I would make this whole world follow after light and to come to the light. But I am just wanting you to do one thing. I want you to take a serious look at your eternity and decide where you want to be for all eternity. Here on this earth, you and I have freedom to travel where we wish. But once you and I pass into eternity, we no longer have freedom to change the location of the place where we go. We've made our choice. We will either live in all eternity where it never ends. We will either experience light or darkness for all eternity. We will either experience love or hate. We will either experience love or hate. Think of that. Joy or depression. Freedom or bondage. Victory or defeat. Blessings or cursings. Those are our choices.